U.S. authorities nabbed 2 Jamaicans with criminal convictions. The United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement ICE agency says it has arrested 2 Jamaican nationals convicted of criminal offenses in the U.S., including one wanted in Jamaica. ICE said they had arrested Sanjay Walsh, 28, convicted of sexual assaulting 2 children and tampering with evidence on December 17. Mr. Walsh was convicted of committing 2 unspeakable crimes against 2 children, and he was sentenced to prison for it. This was stated by ICE Enforcement and Removal Operations Boston Acting Field Officer Director Patricia Hyde. ERO Boston lodged an immigration detainer against him so our officers could safely arrest him upon his release. But the Connecticut Department of Corrections officials refused to honor the detainer. Our officers had to arrest Mr. Walsh in the community after his release from prison, even though he was convicted of terrible crimes against children and is removable from the U.S. based on his convictions, Hyde added. I said the state of the Connecticut Superior Court convicted Walsh of 2 counts of second-degree sexual assault and conspiracy to tamper with evidence on June 14, 2023, sentencing him to 10 years in prison, suspending all but the year and 9 months he had already served. The court also required Walsh to register as a sex offender for 10 years following his release, I stated. It said also that ERO Boston officers in Hartford arrested 30-year-old Jamaican Leroy White on December 26. I said White, also known as Kevin White, is a suspect of an Interpol red notice for shooting with intent and that he had been convicted in the United States of first-degree threatening with intent to terrorize and carrying a pistol without a permit. ERO Boston lodged an immigration detainer against Mr. White when police initially arrested him on felony charges. He is also wanted in Jamaica for shooting with intent, a very serious crime. On December 26, our officers arrested him in the correctional facility's safe, controlled environment, Hyde added. We are also grateful when local police and county honors our immigration detainers. They help keep our officers, the public, and non-citizens safe. I said Interpol issues red notice to alert police in members' countries about intentional wanted fugitives and that White had unlawfully entered the U.S. on July 11, 2022. A U.S. Department of Justice immigration judge, the Executive Office for Immigration Review, had ordered White removed to Jamaica on April 12, 2023, after Jamaican authorities had issued an arrest warrant for him on August 11, 2023, alleging he committed the offense of shooting with intent. I said White will remain in its custody pending his removal from the United States. Man and woman shot and injured at Tiverton Police Station. The Independent Commission of Investigations is probing an incident in which a man and a woman were shot and injured at the Tiverton Police Station in St. Catherine on Thursday night. About 7:57 p.m., a member of the police team was reportedly collecting a statement from someone when a man who is said to be mentally ill barged into the building with a machete. The man reportedly attacked the cop, who took evasive action and fired 1 shot, which hit the man and a woman who was in the reception area. The injured persons were taken to hospital. Opposition spokesman on energy says more needs to be done to reduce costs of electricity for Jamaicans. Opposition spokesman on energy Philip Powell says the introduction of LNG into the country has not helped to reduce the cost of electricity for Jamaicans. Speaking at a town hall meeting in Connor Court in St. James last evening, Mr. Powell expressed his frustration at the fact that after 10 years in investing in LNG, the country continues to struggle with high energy costs. Mr. Powell, who serves as Energy Minister under the former People's National Party Prime Minister P.J. Patterson and Portia Simpson-Miller, said the next People's National Party PNP administration will revisit and review the country's LNG contracts. He said this would open the energy market to competition and force investors to provide reasonable prices for electric energy.
Electricity affects everything else, when you think about it. Yes, you as consumers at home, you see it in your light bill, and it's not that you're using more electricity, but the man who produces, the farmer who produces eggs or chicken, the manufacturer who make things, all of those prices have gone up, and it is no wonder our economy is not growing. The Prime Minister spoke about pivoting to growth, and we welcome the talk about growth. But the most important pivot for me is a pivot to cheaper electricity. And that has not happened. And that's one of the main reasons why we have not seen growth in our economy. Because I'm determined to bring the price of electricity down from the current 40 odd cents to 15 US cents per kilowatt hour. 15 US cents per kilowatt hour. And I am so convinced. I am so enthused. That's the reason why I can come here and put my ideas on the line and to say to anybody, come and challenge me. Because while you might have been wasting time in government, in opposition, I've spent a lot of time studying and looking at what is happening in the world and understanding why it is possible.
Education Ministry sets new pass rate targets for CSET Mathematics and English. The Education Ministry has set pass rate targets for this year's sitting of Mathematics and English in the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate CSEC exams. The targets are 49% for Mathematics and 84% for English. The pass rate for Mathematics and English for May-June 2024 sitting was 39% and 76% respectively. Chairman of the Education Transformation Oversight Committee, Dr. Adrian Stokes, says the country cannot continue along this path. He notes that CSET Maths must be improved starting this year. Initiatives to improve the passes include subject-based camps targeting 56 high schools under the National School Learning and Intervention Plan. The face-to-face camps provide students with an opportunity to sharpen their math skills, build confidence, and receive targeted support.
And we're not just saying it to the ministry. I am using this forum to speak directly to parents, board chairs, principals, and all teachers of math and English in our country that are overseeing students who are not performing in these critical subject areas. Something must give this year. We are not continuing along this path. Simply can't continue. ETOC has tasked the ministry to work with all of its key stakeholders to come up with initiatives. They have called them tactical initiatives to improve the pass rate in these critical subject areas. This year, the ministry is targeting pass rates for math and English at 49% and 80% respectively, coming from 39% and 76% respectively in 2024.
AGD warns public of delays in services due to power disruption. The Accountant General's Department, AGD, is advising the public that there may be delays in contacting its office and receiving in-person services due to disruption in the agency's electrical services. The advisory follows an incident on Thursday, which resulted in loss of power after transformer blew, causing a fire just outside the premises of the AGD Kingston New office. There were no reports of injuries, and all workers were accounted for after they evacuated the building. The AGD has apologized for the inconvenience this disruption may have caused. In the meantime, the AGD said should members of the public need to contact the office, they can call 876-922-8320-7 or 876-829-2694. They can also send an email to info@treaty.gov.gm. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.